Hello guys, how's it going? Back again with another video. God, it took a long time. I've been going through a lot, you know. Rona is everywhere, but I've been keeping myself busy. So I'm practicing this new rule right now, where I play the game from start to finish and experience the whole story and everything the game has to offer. Well, at least the majority of what the game has to offer, because, you know, completionists will spend a lot of hours. So this game that I've been playing recently, and I finished, and goddamn, it was a freaking roller coaster of a ride. Digimon, Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory, whatever. Digimon on the Switch. I remember playing this game on the Vita a long time ago, and I stopped halfway. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know why did I stop. I love Digimon. I love turn-based games. I mean, what could go wrong? This is just exactly both things that I love the most in one. I love actually Digimon more than Pokemon. So yeah, one of these few people I know that still exist. Don't hate on me, you know, freaking don't at me, you know, Pokemon fans. I played Digimon from start to halfway through the game, almost near the end, and I stopped. I went in, I wanted to discover why did I stop back then at the day? Like, I don't know how many years ago, like more than 4 years ago. Probably more, yeah. More than 5 years ago, but that's not the point. Why did I stop back then at the day? And why did I not finish it? So I went on this journey of buying the game again. I got both games at the same time. So I was like, great, nice, 2 games for the price of 1. Awesome, let's go. And I played the game. And little by little, it started coming to me. Why did I stop playing the game? It started hitting me. Little by little, it started coming to me. And it's simply put, it's the reason why a lot of JRPG games don't come to the West. That's the reason why we stopped playing. That's why we stopped playing. Because I've noticed what could be a regular, normal JRPG for a Japanese player it's a very slow, hard, you know, unforgivable, I don't know how to put it, but it's just a grind, and it's not like the leveling up, right? It's just going through it is a chore. It's just, it feels like the game feels very dry, and there's just not much to do, and it just keeps, you know, I don't know, in the West, things are different when it comes to, you know, their games, you know. They usually, it's very fast-paced, everything happens so quickly, and it just hits you with, like, you know, the slow time in games in the West is not that much, or at least it's not the same way slow time happens in Eastern RPGs, like JRPGs to be specific. And it's very difficult for me to put it without, you know, writing a script, a comprehensive script over what goes on. But when I played the game, there's so many things that just turned me off. And at that time, I discovered, why do a lot of games, JRPGs, I'm a big fan of JRPGs, a lot of awesome JRPGs don't come to the West. And I usually ask myself that question all the time. Why? Why don't we get a lot of cool JRPG games don't get translated when they move into when they don't get translated, they don't get brought over to the West. And that happens for a reason. Because really, they will not sell well. And I can tell you, Digimon will never sell as much as Pokemon. But Pokemon, I mean, it's very simple and made for global audience. It's just like, you know, it's got the perfect blend of, you know, slow time, good story, and still intense moment where you know, evolve your Pokemon, whatever. But I mean, Pokemon is Pokemon, you know? But with Digimon, it's more kind of a turn-based game. It's more story-driven. It's more darker than Pokemon. It's not for everyone, you know what I'm trying to say? Yet it's still Digimon, right? So I'm guessing Digimon, the game, tries to find it's trying to find an audience, and it just can't. So it's just cashing out on nostalgia. I mean, it's not childish, simple, very simple enough, and just very easy to pick up like Pokemon. And it's not intensively deep like Final Fantasy VII, you know? I have to be very careful with my words right now, because if I say my opinion and to throw it out flat out, people get upset and write me a long lecture about how much, you know, I don't know, you know, about shit about JRPGs. And they keep blaming me, telling me that I'm the reason why JRPGs don't get westernized, because people like me can't understand. No, that's not how it is. I played a lot of awesome JRPGs, and I played a lot of slow-ass, boring JRPGs. And just because you love them, you grew up on this game, and nostalgia is the only thing that is, or, you know, it worked for you, not necessarily doesn't have to work with me. So I'm not a hardcore JRPG player, but I'm a veteran. I've been playing for a lot of long time ago. So I can just grab in a list of games and just show you right now what games I play. But that's beside the point. Playing Digimon this time around, I started seeing where things were, where's the problem. It was very slow. The combat was boring. It's a turn-based. There's a lot of things, and it's just it's a little bit more tedious than it should be. I understand that you can use the technician's USB, whatever, to get this. Use the farm, de-digivolve and then digivolve again in order to reach where. Yeah, I understand. So I finished the first game, which was a drag because there's just too much talking. You just talk and talk and talk, and the humor. Here's where it hit me. The humor is very lame. It's something that maybe like the Japanese audience would find interesting. I mean, there's this character in the story. I think Kyoko, that's her name. This like this the detective agency, whatever. She always makes this joke, which was like awkward the first time around, and then started getting really annoying about the coffee, where she makes blends. Of course, there's a reason. They tell you later why she has no taste or whatever, but it still doesn't make sense. It's really overplayed, and it's annoying. Oh, get coffee. We'll mix squid powder with garlic powder, and squid with garlic, and we'll make the perfect coffee, and you'll love it. And I was like, come on, it's getting really annoying, Like the character, like, oh my God, she's gonna hit us with her coffee again. Not really cool. It's really boring. It's something like a freaking 12 years old will like. I know what you're thinking. You're playing Digimon. Yeah, but that's not the point. That's not what I'm talking about. The bad humor is bad humor. It's not being translated by a child, so it's by an adult. So okay, most of the people who play Digimon right now are freaking old farts. There's no even new episodes of Digimon for kids anymore. Like you telling me like 12 years old will play Digimon? Nobody knows what Digimon is. Most of the people who know Digimon or will watch them are like in their 30s right now. Probably have kids. The quests are just very, very annoying. They're typical JRPG fetch quests where you have to run from point A to B, collect this, do that, and there's a lot of running back and forth. There's like 5 areas in the game where you have to go through them over and over and over and over and go through the same combat shit again. And I'm not a big fan of that shit, right? The story is a little bit too cheerful and childish. It's so optimistic. The characters do things just for the sake of doing things. Characters turn to bad guys. Like, the solution is to eliminate that guy. No, I've got to join him and become evil so I can learn his ways and then... But that's not, there's no reason. You can tell he's the bad guy. You just eliminate him, that's it. You just defeat him, and we end, the story ends. No, for the sake of making the story even longer, I've got to join him and change, and then, I'll learn his secrets and I'll destroy it with him. But then he gets too entrapped in his power and becomes a bad villain that you have to fight. And deep inside, like, okay, he's going to turn into a bad guy. I have to go fight him, and that's more. So at the end of the game, I'm like, 70% of the game, I was like, it was getting a drag. I was like, I already know who the bad guy is. I just wanted to go through it. So when I finished the game, the first game, I felt a sigh. I had a sigh of relief. Like I was like, wow, I've never felt so happy to beat a game because of the mental pressure I was going through. It was a drag, really. So now I have to play the second game, which is Hacker's Memory. The game starts really good, and you can tell that they fixed a lot of things that were like, the story is a little bit more interesting. The parts where they talk forever, the chats, the conversations that they drag for minutes, just talk and talk and talk and talk. It got a little bit shorter and better. It has more meaning. Translation is a bit more better, but it's still the same game. Problem is, people tell me that it's not a second part. It's basically the same game, same areas. They do only do a few other areas, but the story, the hero is still the same boring, idiot who doesn't freaking talk. He can't fucking talk for God's sake. He's quiet. He's being pushed around, but at least he's not. You can't choose between you can't choose a male or female because the choices you make in the first game don't matter. Your gender has no impact on the story whatsoever. But now being a dude, at least it's really cool. Besides the other guy, I forgot what his name, the gay guy who fell in love with the hero. That fucking guy was annoying as hell. He was really annoying. I love you. You're my best friend. Why do you leave me? You don't have to. You don't love me anymore. I'm like, dude, grow some balls. What the hell's wrong with you? I ain't your fucking boyfriend. What the fuck is wrong with you? Take it. So it's sometimes what's his name? You or whatever. Yeah, that guy. So the second game fixed a lot of the things, but you're going through the same areas that have been through the first game, fighting the same guys again, just meaning different characters, but it's basically the same freaking game. But it's the same story. You're just playing it from a different side, and they recycle the same areas of the first game, beside a new area too. So For me, no. The second game was also a drag at the end. I was like, God damn. I was so bored that people who were like, oh, you're still playing that game? Oh, you're still playing that game? Many times I wanted to quit halfway through the game, but I decided to push because I was like, let me push and finish this game because I'm almost there. I want to make a review about it and never go back to this game ever again. And I don't want to ever, like touch it ever again. So that's why I was like, let me get through it. I'm done making the video. That's the end of it. No more going to Hacker's Memory or whatever. Like, I'm not touching that game again. So now to get to the whole point of this review, what are the benefits? It's Digimon. If you love Digimon, I mean, these are the pros, I guess. Digimon. If you love Digimon, you feel right at home. It's a JRPG. It's a true JRPG. Turn-based, leveling up, you digivolve and do all that shit. It's really good. I think the graphics is a little bit on. It's good. Anime. I mean, come on, can you go wrong with how can you go wrong? It's just simple, JRPG with anime characters. So some of the characters are interesting. Some of the character designs. I love the character designs. They're really cool. They brought in a lot of Digimons, by the way, a little bit more than the ones that I remember. So that's really cool. A lot of my favorites are there, including my best Digimon of all time, Black Rare Growing. So I'm glad he's really worth it. Not Omnimon. Omnimon is useless though. And the story, like the dialogue. The dialogue is just. There's just a lot of dialogue. They just so much cheesy dialogue that is really boring. The leveling can get a bit repetitive because you visit the same areas over and over again. So you'll be once you've seen the first 5 areas, you've seen everything in the game. So it will tend to get a lot so repetitive. The music is very lame. There's no good, decent, memorable, tracks. Some of them are like, okay, they kind of fit the situation, the occasion, but they're not really something that you will, there's not Final Fantasy, of course, I'm going to bring Final Fantasy 7, people will be like, oh, you get this a low budget game? Final Fantasy is the high, it doesn't fucking matter. There's a lot of games that, they were like high budget games that were really crap and they didn't sell well. Mass Effect Andromeda. So that still had good, like, famous composer and stuff and still turned out to be crap. So I'm sorry, a game is game regardless of the budget, okay? Actually, Pokemon and the gold. I will listen to the original songs on the freaking 8-bits music on Pokemon Game Boy, like Silver or Gold, but I'll never listen to the music, the crap on this. This sounds more high quality and more, so don't give me that excuse of the high budget. So the music is lame and it repeats. It's like 5-10 tracks in the game, and these are the ones that you will listen to all the time. The battle music is lame, boss music is very lame, and everything is just lame when it comes to music. So how would I rate the game? I'll rate it a 6 out of 10. That it's barely passable. To be honest, there's a lot of better games that you find on the JRPGs on the Switch, Nintendo eShop. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2. Torna, you don't play the Torna, the Golden Card, because Torna is basically, you get to play as your blades, you get to control them, but then there's also the problem with Digimon, like it's a drag, a lot of fetch quests. So avoid the Torna game. Xenoblade Chronicles, Pokemon, of course, if you the Pokemon, and a few others. I have to check my Switch because I have a bad memory. So that's it, 6 out of 10. Will not recommend the game, but if you're a big fan of Digimon and you love JRPGs, hey, do you, bro. And that's it. Like the video, and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Shao will be streaming later, so yeah, she took over our channel. No problem. Yeah, see you guys later.